Okay, let's start. Yeah, I forgot it's morning here, but evening in and yeah, it has been raining since snowing since last night. I think it's last night was half an inch, half a foot, 6 inches. I don't know. This morning, I think it's even deeper. But anyway, let's start. Yeah, Chloe didn't get to go home. She was stranded in Sedona due to the snow. Yeah. Okay, let's start. Today is class 7 and 8. And class 7, we will still continue with some theory. And then class 8, we go into Lamrim. And it is going to be kind of exciting. Okay. Okay, class 7, we talk about the 9 stages of meditation. So we this is very similar to the 5 problems, 8 antidotes. And yeah, let's take a look. Wow, I see Vimala there. Wow, Vimala also woke up so early. Yeah, Vimala. Vimala is a long-time student of Geshe Michael. It's an honor to have you with us. Yeah. Vimala is also part of the ALL, Asian Legacy Library. And yeah, and she is responsible for many things, including newsletter, right? Yeah. Okay, let's start. Okay, so again, every time I look at this PowerPoint, I really rejoice, Cornelia has such a good taste when preparing the PowerPoint. It is so beautiful. So we are going to go through the 9 stages of meditation. So this is the last part of the part 4 of the 5-part process for success in meditation. Right? So let's start with our prayer. Let's see who wants to help. Okay.
Hey, Sugan, I would like to try again.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, please start.
Sangye chunam shui chunam la.
Oh, sorry, too fast. Hold on.
Okay, sorry, yeah.
Oh, okay, the PowerPoint is reversed. Okay. Where's the
That's it.
no? Oh, there is missing the mandala page. How come? So funny. Let me take a look. Mandala page is missing. So,
They know I'm going to pray. They're going to know I'm going to chant.
you don't remember, huh? Okay, never mind. I'll start.
First one, I can give a try. Correct, Sangye correct.
This is not the mandala. This is the refuge and the bodhicitta.
Oh.
Let me just lead it. Let me just lead the mandala. Sasi puki juk sing me tok tram rira bling si nyinde gen padi sangge sing du mikte ulwargi rakun namdak sing la cupar idang guru ratna mandala yutayami. Sangye Chudang Zoki Chu Badu Dagni Kapsuchi Daki Chunyen Gipe Sunam Ki Dola Pencir Sangye Duparsyom Sangye Chudang Zoki Chotnam La Jang Chu Bardu Dagni Kapsuchi Daki Chunyen Gipe Sunam Ki Dola Pencir Sangye Duparsyom Sangye Chudang Zoki Choknam La Jang Chu Bardu Dagni Kapsuchi Daki Chunyen Gipe Sunam Ki Dola Pencir Sangye Duparsyo. So typically we start with the offering of mandala, which is missing in this PowerPoint, which represents the perfect world. Perfect world. So it is setting our intention also. It is setting our intention also, and then followed by the refuge, taking of the refuge and the wish for enlightenment, the bodhicitta part, right? So let's continue. So we have done the these are using color, right? If you remember the five part to have success in meditation. Yeah, I think we discussed that in class 1. In class 1, right? So, and then now we are going to complete the part 4 of the 5 parts for our meditation progress. Before then, we continue to part 5, which is the objects of meditation, okay? And this is exciting, the objects. So the ancient resource, basically, we are using all these text, the lineage. And the very first teacher, of course, Lord Buddha, right? And we are using the King of Concentration Sutra. And then after that, we also using the Stages of Meditation by Master Kamalashila. This is the Bhavana Chakra, right? And then followed by Je Tsongkhapa, Lamrim Chemo. And finally, the closest to us is the text by Pabongka Rinpoche, the teaching by Pabongka Rinpoche, and then compiled into a book, into a text called Liberation Trust into the Palm of Your Hand, compiled by Trijang Rinpoche. Right? So this is the source that we are using. And of course, so this is basically the text. Okay, so this is our lineage here, what we are learning. And of course, and this is very important, right? This is very important to us in the sense that you can see that what we are learning, we can trace back all the way to the teaching by Lord Buddha, 2,500 years ago. And it is very important that we learn the authentic meditation. Like we already discussed these few days, authentic meditation means it will lead us to the ultimate goal that we want to achieve. And we can only get that from the authentic lineage. There are many New Age types, and those give us a good effect kind of thing, but it doesn't really give us the ultimate goal. And therefore, we have to be careful. We have to be careful in this sense, yeah? So this is what we want to emphasize. Now, after we learn the theories about meditation, today we are going to cover what we call the 9 stages of meditation, 9 levels, and it is like a road signs. It is like road signs, or like, yeah, here we call it mental road signs. It's like GPS, you know. You drive car and then you follow the signs, you follow the instruction. Like, let's say, and I think the easiest is like when you are taking an airplane, and a lot of times you can see the map, the map. So let's say you're flying from Singapore to Japan. Let's say you are flying from Singapore to Japan. So along the way, when you look at the map, you know that your airplane, where your airplane is at that moment of time. Maybe when you fly from Singapore to Japan, you will see, oh yeah, you will look at the flight path, right? So this is just like, so the levels of meditation is similar. So we know where we are in our when we are doing the meditation, and how much progress have we gone to. I just sent the ACI 3 course manual to the Telegram group. So if you're not in Telegram, you might come in, okay? You might come in, okay? For Indonesia and Vietnam. For Vietnamese group, I will send through Ivo. So I will ask Ivo to distribute to the Vietnamese group. But I think a Vietnamese group should have your own manual also, right? So this is actually in the manual itself. I really encourage all of you to read the manual. It is it is written very, very beautifully. So let me show you the manual. So this is the manual. Okay, so this is the manual, and this is the poster. So this is the stages of meditation poster. And you can see at the center you can see the elephants and monkeys from black colors turn into white, right? This poster is very important. This poster was commissioned by Trijang Rinpoche based on the teaching by Master Kamalashila. And it is giving the instructions about how to do meditation. You can see on the left and the right-hand side. In fact, the content of what we are learning these few days, this week, are actually written in Tibetan on the left and the right-hand side, right? And then in the poster, you can see all these stages, the numbers. You can see number 1 here, yeah, the start, and then number 2, number 3. So basically, all the details are written in there. 4, 5. Yeah, you can follow them, right? So we are going to, so today we are going to talk about the details in here. Okay, so let's go back to that. So first stage of meditation, number 1. There are 9 stages, remember? Yeah, number 1. Number 1, we receive, it's called placing the mind on the object. So first we receive instructions from our teacher about what object to meditate upon. And we need to learn to keep our mind on it. Yeah. And we can, on stage 1, we have the object, and we can only focus very, very briefly. Very, very briefly, right? And here you can see, so this person is a meditator on stage 1. And you can see on his hand, he has a few tools, right? He has this is the rope. And then this is the, what do you call that? Yeah, the rope, and what do you call that? This is the Parang means what? I forgot the term. Parang in the Indonesian. In English, it's called like a chopper, cleaver, right? Like cleaver to manage the elephant. Yeah. So this is like this is the drenpa. The drenpa. Remember yesterday we talked about the meditation muscle. This is the drenpa, and then something else is the session. I think this is the session, right? And then we look at the So basically, this is just to remind us that the mind can only focus briefly, and you can see the monkey and the elephant. The monkey is the busy mind agitation, and then the elephant represents the dullness. So here, both of them are very black. That means the problems are or rather, the dullness and agitation are very serious. Are very serious, right? So very strong. So this is stage 1. And then after we practice regularly on stage 2, we can start to focus for a while longer. Yeah? So we can keep our mind briefly. And here it mentioned that for the length of a single round of short mantras on the rosary, the beats, apa namanya? The mala beats, right? And a round of that will be like 108 beats. So a short mantra, maybe the 6-syllable mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. So one round. So it's about 1 to 2 minutes. And here we have a constant agitation and dullness. Constant agitation and dullness. So the elephant and monkey are still here, very strong. But you can see at the head, there is a small patch of white color patch, right? So that means we have a slight control of them. But the black patches, the black color is still very dominant. Still very dominant. Okay. So this is stage 2, and actually, I don't really remember the significance of all these animals and all these things. It is in the text, and I think you need to read the text. I don't really remember. Yeah, you can see here the agitation is leading the dullness. Yeah, so they are walking together. They are walking hand in hand. And this is So when we move to stage 3, here you see that the elephant head is getting the white color is getting even wider. It's getting even wider, right? So here you can see that the mind is very much on the object. And there are still small gaps, small patch. We call it small patches, small gaps that we need to patch. So stage number 3 is already very considered very good, because we can keep our mind on the object for quite a while. For quite a while. Now, before we continue, I would like to mention that stage 1, having object and start to focus on that, this is a very important milestone. Very important milestone. In fact, let me go back to stage 1. This is a very important milestone. A lot of people, when they do meditation, they don't have the object. They don't have objects, meaning that they only focus on the breathing. And even some also focus on the stages. On on the scanning of the body. Yeah, so, and I would also say this object is also very important. It cannot be any trivial objects. It has to be something very, very important. We learn about planting seeds, and we learn that planting seeds can be done through three doors of expression, right? Which is, we say that we plant seeds through our actions, we plant seeds through our speech, and we plant seeds through our mind, our thoughts. So meditation, we are doing it using our mind, our thoughts, and it is also considered planting seeds, right? And when we plant the seeds, we always say that we need to find, planting seeds, we need to find fertile soil. You want to have fertile soil so that when you plant the seeds can grow, can become a tree, and the tree can grow faster. So the same thing with meditation. When we do meditation, we want the object to be something very important, something very important. And of course, we mentioned that if the object is not important and we spend long time there, it will cause us to become forgetful, So here, the meditation object, the choice of meditation object is very important. That's why here we say that you need to receive instructions from your teacher, authentic teacher, who can give you the object, important object, so that you progress spiritually. When I was in university, I think I shared this story before. So a group of us, university students, we are so excited. I would say, young people were excited in the Buddhist society, in the university, in the Buddhist society. Of course, some students are more experienced. Some of them have been learning all these Dharma, Buddhism, meditation since young. For me, I was newbie, right? I was newbie in the university in the Buddhism. My story was, I think you might remember, right? I started in the Catholic class, and then due to system glitch in the first year, because we just move campus, move location. So all the Buddhist and Hindu, we are minority. We were placed into Islam class. And then just before graduation, the faculty found out that I didn't attend Buddhism class, so I had to attend Buddhism class. In Indonesia, religious studies is compulsory. Okay, we learn religious study from primary school, secondary school, high school, and university. So the faculty found out that I am a Buddhist and I have not attended the Buddhism class. So I had to go back and retake, okay? So I had no choice. And then because we are minority in the campus, the Buddhism and Hinduism classes are combined, meaning that it takes turn, alternate week. So if this week is Buddhism class, next week is Hinduism class, alternate week. And then the next will be Buddhism again. So we alternate every week. But because I'm a pretty active person, so I actually took part in the Buddhist society. And all the Buddhist students, we like to we meet every week, and then we discuss about meditation. And at that moment, I also took part in the 10 days of meditation retreat, silent retreat. And the retreat was kind of interesting. I still remember the teacher told me, just find an object that you like, that you can hold, and focus on the object. So, of course, object that you like, right? can help you with your meditation. My mind is always very agitated, like the monkey mind. So I choose, okay. And then I read books. I read books about meditation, and the book somehow was telling me to choose objects that can help me to focus. So it gives examples of choose objects that you like. Choose objects that you like. So for me, because my mind is like monkey flickering, I thought, okay, maybe I should choose a candle flame. It flickers, so it helps me to focus. You know, I spent like how many years focusing on that. And not too bad, actually, my experience. You know, I was very diligent. Every day I mentioned goodness friend, buddy is very important. So because we all students, a group of us, at that moment, we didn't have WhatsApp or Telegram or anything, but we meet once a week. And every week when we meet, we will start to share. And then some of us, we live in rental rooms. The location was very remote from the city. Yeah, about 2 hours public transport. So sometimes when we live in the same locations, we discuss. So, hey, what is your meditation result today? What is your meditation result today? And yeah, to be frank, because of not having proper guidance, the progress was not too much. Yeah. And little later then I know that this is not a good practice because of the object. It helped me a bit on the focus, but on the other parts, I don't really get any good benefit. Okay. So that means when you know of the importance of an object, and then have a teacher who give you an object, that means you are a very special person. And Geshe Michael said that less than 1% of the meditators in the world know about this. And how many people in the world do meditation? Even lesser than that. So congratulations, you are part of a special group of people, okay? Okay, so we focus a lot on the object. So on stage 3, we can hold the object pretty consistently, except for small patches. So this is pretty advanced already. And this is where we focus on the object, right? Now, when we go to stage 4, that means we can place the mind on the object closely. So basically, we can say that your mind is on the object all the time. Wow, this is actually very advanced already, You don't have this issue of your mind running away. We don't have issue which is called losing your object. So in this, because you start to focus on the object all the time, you can see that the agitation and dullness start to appear. Yeah, agitation and dullness will only start to be there when you can focus on the object. If you cannot focus on the object, of course you don't have agitation and dullness. Yeah, so only in stage 4, when you can focus on the object all the time, then you will start to feel this. Of course, in the first 3 stages, you can still have agitation, dullness, but that is only on the time when you focus on the object. When the object is gone, basically you are daydreaming already. Okay. So yeah, that's why the Drenpa is very important. The session and the Drenpa pull the mind back to the object. So here on the stage number 4, then the monkey and the elephant, you can see the white is even much, much bigger, the area. Yeah. So because of the meditators' stronger focus, yeah. So you can see that the rope is actually tied to them already. The rope is tied to them. So that means the meditator can focus on the object all the time. And then, because the meditator is holding the rope, tying these two, then these two start to have effect on the meditator. Right? And then, of course, when the person continues to meditate, we go into stage number 5. This is when, oops, too fast. Yeah, come back, the bird. So this is when the mind, this is when the session starts to become stronger. So we can see watchfulness is the session is developed to a high degree to detect subtle dullness. Right? So here the gross type is gone already. Yeah, it's gone already. And then we start to have a subtle dullness, meaning that we try to, because we can hold into the object for a long period of time, and we have gotten rid of the gross type of the dullness and the agitation, yeah, the subtle dullness start to come out. The reason is because we have been able to withdraw the mind inside, but too deeply, right? So the gross dullness is not there anymore. Yeah, so the person has a good control. And yesterday we discussed about just like holding a cup. So subtle dullness means the cup. We don't hold it tightly. We are holding the cup loosely. Yeah. So there is a fixation. There is a fixation and there is a fixation, but there is no clarity. Yeah. So this is the subtle dullness. Okay. This is 5th stage. Yeah. Okay. Stage 2. Oh, stage 2 basically okay, stage 2 basically we can focus the mind on the object with some continuity. So you can imagine stage 1 is like dot and then gone, dot, gone. It's like small dot, small dot, small dot. Yeah. Stage number 2, you can imagine the dot become like a dash, longer dash, dash, dash. And then stage number 3, you can imagine the whole line with a little bit of gaps. Yeah. And then stage number 4, you have the whole line complete. You have the whole line. And that means you are holding on the object very closely. And then stage number 5, later we will have a visualization on this one. You can see the picture. Stage number 5, you go into the subtle dullness. And then we go to stage number 6. When we have mastered the subtle dullness, we then start to have because when we fall into subtle dullness, when the session give us the alarm, and then we pull the mind back. And when we do too much of this, we go into the subtle agitation. Yeah, which may occur as a result of uplifting the mind as a correction in previous stage. So no longer have any subtle dullness here. The feeling is like, we call it the water below the ice. Water below the ice. So you might not have seen it, but I think you can imagine it. On the river, when the temperature is low, on the surface there will form a layer of ice. But interestingly, when the ice is formed, the water below is still not, the water below still has not become ice yet. And you can see the water, you can feel the water is flowing down there. So this subtle agitation is, you can feel in just like that, you know. On the surface, you know that you are focusing pretty well, but there is still this, in under your subconscious mind, you still have some other thoughts going on. Yeah, so this is a subtle agitation. So this is stage 6. Now, when you can overcome this, you go into stage 7. In stage 7, basically, you don't have those problems anymore. No more subtle agitation, no more subtle dullness. And your Drenpa and session are very strong. Recollection refers to the Drenpa. Yeah, recollection, remember. And then watchfulness refers to the session. They are in control. And you can see here in the picture, the monkey and the elephant are totally white. They are all under control. This is stage 7, which is very, very advanced. And then if we continue further, we go into stage 8. Basically, meditation is like very easy already. You can have a single pointed mind. This is what we say shamatha, right? Shamatha. You get into that already. No more agitation, no more dullness. And then every time when you start meditation, you just need to put some effort, very small effort. Just make sure you sit on your cushion and then sit properly on your cushion and close your eyes, and then you straight away you go into your meditation. So you can see, I think the monkey has left the scene already. You know, the monkey is not in the scene anymore. In fact, the metaphor is like every day when you do meditation, it is like continuation. You know, I just imagine that like watching a TV drama. Every day you watch the TV drama, the story continues. So when you are at stage 8, your meditation is like the TV drama. The feeling is like you continue your today. Let's say if you do meditation today, it feels like it continues from yesterday. So this is in stage 8. And finally, stage 9 is that you get into very deep meditation, very automatically without any effort. Yeah, this is stage 9. And you see the elephant is even seated beside the meditator. And if you go further, let me show you the picture. Yeah, you can see this is stage 9. If you go further, the meditator is riding on the elephant, and yeah, and it is as if you can fly already, you know. 30, this is the number 30, 31, even 32. Yeah. So this is the simple 9 stages. And yeah, samapati. Okay, now let's revise a little bit. Okay, the 9 stages. Okay, so stage number 1, so beautiful, right? Okay, let me restart. Okay, stage number 1, setting the mind. So you can see all the dots. Your concentration is like the dots. So the mind is like the bees, you know, like the bees. Right? So we are basically focusing on the object like the dots. We hold it a while, but we lose it along more than we hold it. It's okay. This is a good start. That's why we say that when we first start doing meditation, we don't want to spend too much time. And Geshe Michael always recommends that we start from 5 minutes. Because if you are losing the object a lot, we are not really doing meditation. So start with 5 minutes. Train the mind slowly until we can actually hold into the object longer. And then when we go to stage 2, 1 rosary. 1 rosary. You can see that the lines are getting longer. Dash. And then stage number 3, short patches. The line is almost like connected, except with a small gaps. Stage number 4, chip glue. Chip glue. I think Cornelia is very cute, the terms she used. And only after you can hold on to the object continuously, then you start to have this busy mind and sleepy mind. And then, yeah, Gompa starts here. Yeah, your real meditation starts here. In stage 5, you start to have subtle dullness, no more gross problems. So subtle dullness, you can see all these small, what do you call that? Small lines, small objects below the, small things below the object. So you can concentrate fully, but you have this subtle dullness. Subtle dullness is pretty dangerous. Subtle dullness is pretty dangerous. It's like suddenly, sometimes I also do it very often. I sit for meditation, and then after a while, sometimes I set my alarm for half an hour, and then after a while, the alarm, and wow, half an hour. And then when I think back, what did I do? Oh, I was seated very well. People from outside saying, oh, yeah, Sugeng is meditating. But in actual fact, I was like half asleep already. Yeah, I focused on the object, but I was like sort of half asleep. Time passes very fast. So that is subtle dullness, okay? Subtle dullness. Yeah, I know I was focusing, but wow, how come it's so fast? So be careful. And sometimes you may feel that, wow, my meditation is so advanced. So this is very important. Don't fall into this trap. Well-developed watcher, right? So we need to really develop our session well. Okay, so where is first meditation challenge? What is the first meditation challenge? Does anyone remember from what we learned yesterday? What is the first meditation challenge? What is the first problem? Lelo, right? Laziness. Oh, yeah. No, forget the object is not yet. Yeah, Kili, yeah, Lelo. Lelo, right? Lelo. So Lelo means you don't feel like doing. And then, yes, forgetting the object is the second meditation challenge. So 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2, you still have this issue. And then what is 3? 3 is the agitation and laziness, agitation and dullness. Yeah, laziness, paling, correct. Huh? That's the first challenge. Second challenge is losing the object. And third challenge is the dullness and agitation. Okay. Even until stage 4, you still have this third challenge. And what is challenge number 4? Challenge number 4 basically is not taking action. So challenge number 3, agitation, dullness. So basically in the second challenge, which is losing object, your Drenpa will start to be activated. You start to pull. You start to pull. And then the third step is the agitation dullness. This is where your session needs to be strengthened. Your session needs to alert you when you go into dullness and agitation. And then challenge number 4 is that not taking action. Not taking action. So all the way to stage 5. Yeah, until here, I want to mention a bit about Vimala, Vimala is one of the 3-year retreatants, so she's very expert in meditation. Sometimes teaching this ACI 3 in front of Vimala make me feel very ashamed of myself. Yeah, we have the master there, But anyway, the analogy, the metaphor is like in Chinese we have this phrase, you are using the axe in front of the master. You call that?
老师是那什么，在关公面前耍什么关刀还是什么类似这样记得。
Yeah, something like that. Chloe, you know the phrase, right? Yeah. So, but anyway, like Geshe Michael said before, right? You need to Ban Men Nong Fu. Wow, yes, Pei. Yeah. It means that you are, wow, how to explain in English? Yeah, I mean, I just described the situation. It's called what? Show off? Well, yeah, can sort of. Yeah, correct. Actually, the actual translation is show off, but the literal translation is that you are doing something in front of the master, something like that, Yeah. So this is the expression in Chinese language. But like Geshe Michael said, right? You just share what you know and don't wait until you are perfect. So we need to share what we know, even when we know a little bit, so that more people can benefit, right? So, okay, let's continue. Let's go to stage 6, subtle agitation. So here we call it water under the ice, Yeah. So you see the things above the line. This is when we go into the samten. Remember, samten is the concentration. It can also mean the concentration levels, samten, right? And the first 4 levels, we call it the samten. Yeah, first samten, second, third, and fourth. And in Sanskrit, it's called dhyana. In Pali, we call jhana. And during my university time, we didn't know much. We read books, and it described about first jhana, jhana, first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana. And being young students, we were so excited. We practice our meditation every day to reach first jhana. And yeah, kind of exciting, because, and then we read the description of first jhana. How does it feel like when you reach first jhana? So every day we are meditating, we look for those signs. Those signs, they say that you go deep, you can focus well, you feel some bliss, so we are looking for all those signs. And yeah, every day we are just discussing, where are you? Where am I? What else do we have to do? And we didn't know what else to do. We only knew that we have to sit and do. So, and then some people say, yeah, today I reached jhana 2. And the rest will be, wow, you reached jhana 2. So good. Please share. You know. And then I came into the system. In Borobudur, we learned the Wheel of Life. The Lion's Dance meditation. And I realized, oh my goodness, those are not our goals. Oh my goodness, we are not supposed to stop there. You know, because we learned that when we reach jhana 1, try to hold there as long as possible. Yeah, hold there, continue, you know. Wow, those are dangerous practice. I didn't know. But anyway, it's called samten. Number 7, you don't have the agitation and dullness. You can see the line is straight. Yeah, so this is the session. And then you reach into Tingenzin. Tingenzin, yeah. Tingenzin is concentration. And you go finally, and then stage number 8. Oh yeah, here we have Tingenzin or Xinjiang, Samten, and flow. Xinjiang is like the flow, go with the flow. Yeah, sometimes we can also call it flexibility, Xinjiang. And yeah, Tingenzin is basically talking about the concentration, deep concentration. And finally, number 8, we get into single pointed. Single pointed, and we mentioned start with a small adjustment every time. So you just need to make sure you sit down in your cushion and then have a correct posture, and then you go into meditation straight away. So here, all the terms come out. Ekagra, ekagra, eka, 1, ekagra, single pointed. Yeah. Yeah, we use this term in Indonesia also, eka. Eka means 1. Nyomjuk, Tingenzin, Xinjiang, and the flow. And finally, stage number 9 is called deep meditation. Deep meditation, right? So you start to see the term shamatha here, shine in Tibetan. And yeah, so at this point, this is the stage we want to have. This is the stage we want to reach, because this is the only stage that you can then have the ability to have the direct perception of emptiness. Okay, so this is our goal. It is not easy, and it requires regular practice. Regular practice. And then you should be able to do it at least for 1 hour. Yeah, so this is not easy, but it doesn't mean that you should sit for 1 hour every day. Yeah, so we normally recommend that you try from 5 minutes a day and then increase by 1 minute every week. So that after a year, if you do it regularly, daily, then you can do 1 hour. What happens if your practice is disturbed as in you need to fly and you miss your practice? Then come back, start from 5 minutes again. Yeah, start from 5 minutes again. Okay. Yeah, I always forget to take picture before M leaves. We have a cafe, DMO cafe, you know. DMO cafe basically is the coffee meditation session, Singapore time 9 p.m. And Ain Chong is our cafe manager. We use the term cafe because it's coffee meditation, but basically it's just a coffee meditation session. Okay, here we can see that the 3rd and the 4th meditation challenge are still here. The 3rd means agitation, and 4th means not taking action. So we still have to really take action. And then when we go to stage 8, when we can go into single pointed, with only small effort. This is where the fifth meditation challenge will appear. Because you are so expert already in doing your meditation, your session is so, your watchfulness is so sensitive. Although your meditation is flowing, the session is disturbing you. Are you meditating? Are you falling asleep? Are you having agitation? So the session is checking all the time, disturbing the meditation. So that is where the fifth challenge comes to play. All right, so these are the 9 stages. And now let's look at some of the signposts. So stage 1, basically the first 2 stages are distinguished by how long you hold your mind on the object. So that is the first one. And then stage 3 and 4, the difference is that stage 4, you are not losing the object. So it's the full line. And then 4 and 5 is basically about the obvious dullness. Remember, stage 5 is stage 3. Stage 4 is the subtle dullness. Subtle dullness, right? 3, 4, 5. Yeah. No, 4 is the gross obvious dullness and agitation. The both, basically stage 4 is the both dullness and agitation, all forms. And then stage 5 is the subtle dullness. Stage 5. And then stage 6 is the subtle agitation. Subtle agitation, right? Okay, and then continue with this. Stage number 5. Yeah, number 5 is subtle dullness. Number 6 is the subtle agitation. Yeah. And then 7 means you have a very good control already. A very good control of the dullness and agitation. Yeah. And then stage number 8 is a very, you can start your meditation. You have a good concentration. You only need a slight effort at the beginning. And stage number 9 basically is the deep concentration. Yeah. Okay, so you can see that the 9 stages of meditation is very closely related with the 5 problems and 8 antidotes. Yeah. So yeah, I think this is very important to know so that you don't fall into those problems. Now here we say the greatest secret basically is kindness. It's kindness. If you start to feel that your meditation is not having a good quality, the first thing is to check on your kindness. Of course, we also discuss about keeping your vows well, at least the basic vows. Yeah, keeping the vows well. These are the top 10 sits, the 10 virtues that we learned before. So yeah, try to do them well. All of them are related to meditation. Yeah. Obviously, if we don't protect life, we cannot have a peaceful mind. Our mind will be, our meditation quality will not be good. That's why a lot of good meditators, they try their best to protect life. And then about giving and sharing, about protecting others' properties. This is also very important, right? How can you sit quietly to do your meditation when you owe people money, for example? Yeah, Chloe said it, right? Morality is the coming cost for concentration, right? Yeah. So yeah, please keep the Please keep the morality well. It is about precept. Precept. Yeah, precept refers to the vows, refers to the morality, ethics, right? Ethics. So yeah, I mean, for us, if you don't have any other precepts, you just focus on the 10 virtues. This is very important. Of course, if you have other vows, then you need to keep them well too. Yeah, Bodhisattva vows, Diamond Waist vows. So please keep them well. But for a start, all these 10 are very important. But if you can't keep the 10, at least start with kindness. Start with kindness. I know being a human, we tend to be selfish, you know. I'm very bad at being kind to people. I'm very bad at being kind to people. But I'm lucky I have my wife beside me, you know. She's always reminding me to be kind to people. I don't know. I think this is being human, right? Selfish. Being selfish is human, I think. So yeah. You know that I'm doing confession here. So yeah. If we are not kind to others, I think it's difficult to have a good concentration. So yeah. And then, of course, those are the first 5. And then the second sets of 5. Yeah, all these are very important, all right? Of course, then we talk about keeping the book 3 times a day, 6 times a day. Yeah, called Tundruk. It's also very important. All right, so this is the class 7. Wow, more than 1 hour. I'm sorry, translator. Let's have a 5 minutes break for the translators to breathe. And then we come to, and then we will continue with class 8, okay? Oh, what is this? Vice versa. Vice versa. Moralities coming cause for concentration. Yeah, moralities is one way actually. I wouldn't say that when you can concentrate, then you can have morality. Basically, morality is the base. Okay, let's have a 5 minutes break and then we come back later for class 8, okay? See you later. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue with class 8, which is talking about object of meditation. This is a very exciting topic. Class 8, 9, and 10, we are talking about the objects, and the objects here that we are using is the source of all my goodness. Source of all my goodness. This is a very important text also. So yeah, let's go in, right? So source of my goodness, basically we are talking about the Lamrim itself, steps of the path, and we will go through. So we are going to use this as the objects of our meditation. Again, the greatest secret is the kindness. Yeah. And beside the kindness, the top 10 deeds, the top 10 seeds, the 10 virtue. You see, we have been repeating this a lot of time. So I hope you really understand the importance of keeping the virtues, right? Now, before we go into the object of meditation, let's discuss about 3 different types of meditation. Just in time, Angela came back. This was Angela's question yesterday. So the first type is called fixation meditation, or called Jokkom. So it's a fixation, visualize is the focus. I think a lot of us, when we think of meditation, this is the first thing that we can think of. Meditation means you focus on an object. Yeah. So this is fixation meditation. So like my experience, I chose candle flames. Some people choose object that they like. Some people choose objects that they like. Some people choose drawing, for example, at that moment, But here we understand that we need to find a more appropriate object. It has to be something useful, something fertile to help you progress in your spiritual progress. And we say that we get the object from our teacher, right? So this is the first type. The second type is called the review meditation, or Shargom. We review. So if you remember when you are still in school, right? Yeah, here we have Amelia doing translations. She owns schools, kindergarten, primary school, also secondary school, Emil? I think so, right? Secondary school, yeah. So she interact with the school principals, children. So remember when we were younger and we are doing our study, before the exam, we need to review our lesson. So we go over again what we have learned. So review meditation is very similar. In our meditation, we go through the concept, go through the principles that we learn again and again. For example, we can go through various parts of the outline for death meditation until we are successful. Yeah, talking about this, I need to prepare for my class on this. Japan is asking for this meditation, I think I call it death meditation to get out of the wheel of suffering. Wow. But anyway, so this is a review meditation. So in the death meditation, we review, we go through the various parts. Yeah. So, or you can go into meditation and review the 4x4, 5x4 that you are learning. And I think this is a very good meditation. In fact, I reviewed the 5x4 and I memorized them pretty easily. Yeah, so this is review meditation or Shargong. And the third type is called Qigong, which is analytical meditation. Analytical meditation is, we call it the problem-solving meditation, if you remember the term in DCI 3. So basically what we do is we analyze the problem. We find a solution by thinking about it carefully from many different angles. Yeah, so typically the approach is, if you have come to DCI events, I think you should be familiar. The first, normally the first wisdom group, the first exercise is to write your goals. Second exercise will be the old way, new ways, conventional ways, and SID ways. So this second part, and of course part number 3 is the plan. And the plan is normally the 4 steps. So this second step, which is the old way, new way, conventional way, and the SID way, this is part of the analytical part. So in your analytical meditation or problem-solving meditation, you can analyze the conventional way, how to solve the problem, and the SID ways, how to solve the problem. So yeah, this is what you can do. You can also use the 5x4 in the analytical meditation for the problem you have in mind. So you can start with the 4 laws. Yeah, 4 laws. In fact, Geshe Michael called the 4 laws as the third eye. We want to look back and we want to analyze and think of its cause of some of the problems. And then of course you can couple that with the 4 powers to weaken the bad seeds, and then do the 4 steps in your analytical meditation. Okay, yeah. 5x4. Okay, that is our DCI terms. Okay, 5 sets of 4. Okay, 5 sets of 4 seeds, 4 laws of seeds, 4 steps to plant seeds, 4 powers to get rid of bad seeds, 4 flowers of 4 ways of how seeds open, and finally the 4 priorities. Yeah, so those are 5x4. 5x4. Okay. Anyway, those are just some of the tools we can do in analytical meditation. Right. So among the 3, of course, we are very, very familiar with the first one, which is the fixation. But here we learn that there are 2 other types. And all of them are very important. All of them are very important. Okay. 4 priorities. Okay, 4 priorities. Okay. This is pretty new. I mean, yeah, Geshe Michael introduced this the last few years. So in the past, we used to say 4x4. Now we say 5x4 here. Okay, now let's continue. So Lam Rim. So we are going to focus on the Lam Rim structure. And basically, it just means that steps of the path to enlightenment. Lam means path. Rim means steps of the path. Oops, so fast. So, yeah. So here it mentions that the name comes from the scripture on the perfection of wisdom, the Prasna Paramita. So here we talk about the 5 great texts that we studied in ACI, and also mostly in the monastery, right? So from the Svatantrika, from the independent branch of the middle way is the perfection of wisdom, Prasna Paramita, and then the middle way itself, Madhyamika, from the implications branch of the school. And then we have the Vinaya, the vowed morality, also the Abhidhamma, which is the higher knowledge, and logic and perception. So these are the main texts we use, but we also have the Lamrim, which is the number 6. And in the monastery, Lamrim is not part of the official curriculum. And Lamrim are normally taught when there is a guest speaker. Right? So in ACI, we have Lamrim in 2 of the courses. ACI 1 and I forgot. Yeah. But I think there are 2 or 3 courses from Lamrim, right? Yeah, Pramana. So Lamrim is an open teaching, but it also mentions a bit of Diamond Way. And because Diamond Way is a secret practices, they are not explained in detail. Yeah, they are not explained in detail. So, of course, Lamrim includes all the 5 great texts found in Lamrim. 5 great texts that we just mentioned. Right? So this is Lamrim. It is a very exciting teaching. And we mentioned that it came from the book called Lamb on the Path. Lamb on the Path, written by Lord Atisha. So Lamrim. And traditional Gelug retreat Lamrim is the source of my good. The source of my good. This is, I think, 14 verses of text. It is very beautiful. I just sent the ACI material to the group so you can read them. The source of my good is inside, right? Maybe I'll just show you here. It's in the reading 8. And we talk about the outline of Lamrim using the source of my good, right? This is quite easy reading. Don't worry about the length. It looks long, yeah, but it's quite easy reading. This is all the outlines of Lamrim. Yeah. And at the end of the reading 8, we have the...
I think we didn't see the things you shared. We only see the PowerPoint.
Oh, you don't see. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Let me share again. Okay. Here it is. Okay. So reading 8. Thank you, Ingui. Reading 8, we talk about the source of my good, the structure. And here you can see the structure of the Lamrim. Yeah. And at the end of reading 8, we have an excerpt from the book called Preparing for Tantra, or the title, The Mountain of Blessings. You read the title alone, you already feel very attracted, right? So this is a root text written by J. Tsongkhapa with commentary by Pabongka Rinpoche. And this is a translation by Ken Rinpoche, Geshe Lobsang Tachin, and Geshe Michael Roach, right? Geshe Michael. Reading the forward alone is very attractive. And I really want to entice you to read the whole book. Okay. Let's go through quickly. So, yeah, you see. No, I'm not going to go through the content. Okay, I want to just entice you that this is a very interesting book, and please take time to read. Okay, we don't have time to read through all these details, but yeah, this morning when I scrolled through, wow, this is so exciting. Yeah, I read it before, but this morning when I look again, wow, it's so exciting. Yeah, this is basically Lamrim in short forms. Okay, in short. Okay, I can't find the source of my good. I think it's maybe in reading 9 or 10. Okay, so yeah, I just want you to know that we have a very beautiful text inside this manual. Okay, that is reading 8, reading 9, and reading 10. Oh yeah, reading 9. No, this is the phrase already. Okay, so reading 8 alone, we talk about the first verse of the source of my good, and this is the second verse already. We are not going to talk about the verses today. Yeah, we are going to talk about it tomorrow, but today I'm just going to touch on the first part of this Lamrim. So basically, the source of my good was written by J. Tsongkhapa, and then yeah, he wrote it in Radreng Monastery, which is the with a statue of Lord Atisha there. And let's talk about the parts of Lamrim. So the first two parts, basically, the root of the path is taking a Lama. So in our tradition, having a teacher is very important. Having a proper teacher is very important. So if you want to have any progress in spiritual practice, first you need to find a teacher. We need to find an authentic teacher. Oh, thank you, Chloe. Yeah, it's a short read. Okay, so I really encourage all of you to spend time to read. Yeah, a few years ago, when I got this text, wow, my wife and I, we were so excited. We contemplate, we read, we do it every day. It was so beautiful. I guess my good seeds must have been planted at that moment when I was doing this practice every day. Yeah. So yes, having an authentic teacher is very important. Yesterday, I shared with all of you about this importance, right? And personally, to me, I am so blessed and lucky to have a good teacher in my life. And I can't thank him enough, you know. It's very amazing. So I really encourage all of you to do the same thing. Find a teacher, an authentic teacher, and really learn from your teacher. And after you have your teacher, you need to learn to the practice and how to purify the mind, and followed by yeah, requesting help and prayers. Oh, so these are the 4 parts of the Lamrim, right? Requesting help and prayers to meet teachers to achieve your goals. Now let's look at the first part. The first part is taking ourselves to a teacher, have a teacher. So the first part is to develop faith and admiration in your teacher, in your Lama. So of course, before you can learn, you need to have faith. You need to have admiration for your Lama, right? After that, then you need to learn how to think about your Lama. And how to act towards your Lama. And finally, how to develop reverence and respect for your Lama. Cornelia is very kind to me, you know, when she prepared this PowerPoint, she actually searched through her old collections of pictures. So I forgot where is this. This happened to be I think this is Singapore. Yeah, I think we are in Singapore, I think. Yeah, we have teacher Jenny, Sunny, you know, and Cynthia, and this is Scott and Orit. We are, I think, in one of the DCI tours. I forgot where is this. It's so long time ago. And here in this text, in this Lamrim, we have we learn the two sets, the qualities of Lama. How do we consider a teacher as being qualified? There are two sets of 5 qualities. Oops, so too fast. The first set is similar to the first set that we learned in ACI 1 from Master Arya Dewa. Right? So the first one is the teacher should control their morality. They should observe the ethical code. Yeah. Second, concentration. They need to control themselves with concentration. They need to do meditation. They need to meditate. Yeah. And the third one is the wisdom. Wisdom. 戒定慧 in Chinese, right? The 戒定慧, the morality, the concentration, and the wisdom. And then the fourth one is the perceived emptiness intellectually or directly. Yeah, of course, the best if your teacher has perceived in direct perception of emptiness. If not, then indirectly. Indirectly. How do we perceive emptiness indirectly? I always like to use this example. The pen story, when you're telling the pen story, when you are listening to the pen story, yeah, thanks to Pei Ling, Jie Ting Hui, yeah. When you listen to pen story, when we said that the object on the table, the human goes out, the dog goes out, at that moment, what is on the table? Is it a pen or chew toy? So let your mind struggle. This is the indirect way to perceive the potential, the emptiness. Or Geshe Michael always like to tell us to raise our finger and point to things which are not coming from our seats. So this is also a very good practice. This is an indirect way to perceive emptiness. Yeah. Or what we learn in ACI 2, or in these classes about a jealous wife looking at the husband texting, thinking that the husband has a beautiful girlfriend out there. And then when the husband was away, maybe taking a bath or something, the wife secretly take the husband's mobile phone and realized that actually the husband was trying to order a special gift for her, maybe for the birthday or for the anniversary. And suddenly the perceived girlfriend is gone. So that is the emptiness. So all this, I think Geshe Michael is very, very good in teaching us using all these metaphors to help us get the taste of emptiness. Yeah. So yeah, come to his teachings more often, and you will start to realize that all this will help us to really understand the concepts much better. Okay. A lot of people say, hey, how come you know so much? It's not that I know so much, but I attend a lot of Geshe Michael classes. Oh, this is a beautiful picture. This is Jebila, and then we have Wang Xia, Teacher Candy. This is a level 8 in Malaysia, 2017. Yeah, 2017. Yeah, they have love for their students. They have love for their students. Not only Geshe Michael, you look at Jebila, you look at Cornelia. The way they love their students is amazing. Yeah. Chloe, you agree, huh? The love for their students are amazing. You talk to Vimala, you know. Sometimes you don't think that she's a human. She's like a goddess. so kind and so sweet. So I think these are all qualities of a good teacher. Okay, this is the first set. What is the second set? They need to focus on Dharma. They need to focus on Dharma. Although, yes, they also need to focus on their external occupation, the job or anything. But yes, there has to be balance. There has to be balance. So besides learning DCI, of course, you also need to spend more time on in Dharma. Yeah, so that is important. So a good teacher, we want to have balance. We want to have balance. And then need to, so what does it mean? In the division between this life and future life, they are working mainly toward future life. Also in internal attitude. What does it mean? Does it mean that we ignore the current life and just work on future life? I think a lot of time when we are reading Dharma texts, right? Ancient texts, it's very important to understand the real meaning behind the words. So you can't just read the words and interpret literally. You know, especially I think we have this story about ACI 1. You know, I don't want to mention the country. I don't want to mention the teachers. But there are some people who learn ACI 1 with someone. And then if you know ACI 1 content, right? We talk about renunciation. We talk about renunciation. And if you look at the ancient text, when we talk about renunciation, the description can be pretty what is the term? Can be pretty scary. Can be pretty scary. And you can't just read the words literally. They are telling you to live your life and live with the dogs and don't mingle with the whatever, you know. So I mean, those are. Oh, I think I still have the text. Let me give you the text. It's called the 10 Ultimate Riches. Yeah, 10 Ultimate Riches. You know, it's talking about aim your practice to the beggar, and aim the beggar to the death. You know, and then live like a dog, reach the rank of dogs, attain the ranks of gods. You know, you can't take all this literally. So happened that all those people learn ACI, and this happened many years ago. And then they come and ask. They come and ask people in our group, you know, hey, I have my business. I have businesses. I have a lot of employees. But now, in my Dharma teaching, Dharma learning, I have to leave all this behind. I have to live like a dog. I have to let go of my business. I have my family. I can't do those things, you know. What should I do? I feel like a failure. You see, so very important, we shouldn't interpret them literally. We shouldn't interpret them literally. What does it mean? Live like a beggar, for example. You know, what does it mean to live like a beggar? It doesn't mean that you have to really live like a beggar. It just means that you need to understand that all things only come from the seeds and nothing else. You see, live like a beggar means you understand where things come from. And let's say we talk about reach the ranks of the dogs. Right? Raise the ranks of the dogs means what? You need to understand that nothing is coming from its own sides. So we need to be able to read between the lines. You cannot read it literally. And of course, I don't know, those group of people, maybe they didn't, or rather they didn't receive the correct instruction, and they thought that they really have to leave everything behind. And yeah, so that is pretty dangerous. Therefore, you need to learn from authentic teacher, okay? So yeah, so this is what I mean. So when you read this line, it doesn't mean that you have to live this life and go for future life. What is the danger of you, of if you were to read this literally? Oh, working towards future life, so what? I just commit suicide so I can go to future life? That's wrong. Okay, so please, yeah, if you are here today, please remember to learn it correctly. Don't take it literally. Don't take it literally, all right? Take care of others before themselves. Yeah. Meaning that help others. Yeah, help others who are in need. And again, you shouldn't read this literally. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't take care of yourself. You also have to take care of yourself. Yeah. Okay? So very important. Don't take things literally. You need to really understand what it means in modern days, in current context. They are not careless in the, so fast, in the physical, verbal, and mental, the 3 doors of expression. Meaning that we need to take care of all these 3 well daily, and we can achieve this through what? Through our book, for example. Yeah. And finally, they don't teach the students a wrong path. So yeah, Chinchilok to Mitri. Yeah. So yeah, let's learn how to understand the teachings well and not literally. Okay, so the text is called The Source of My Good. It starts with bless me. Yeah, bless me means help me to change my spiritual aptitude, my very ability to learn and practice Dharma. Okay, so that's basically the class 8. Class 8. Okay, tomorrow we are going to continue class 9 and 10 on the same text. Yeah, on the same text, yeah, on the Lamrim text. And yeah, that will be pretty exciting. Looks like we don't have time for meditation. Okay. Oh, sorry, not tomorrow. Day after tomorrow, I'm sorry. Yeah. Tomorrow we have a DCI event. So we don't have ACI class tomorrow. And we will continue on Saturday, okay? Any other questions on this? Yeah, Chloe has kindly sent the text, the source of all my good. So please download the text and read. Maybe for our good luck, right? Let's read the first, let's read together the whole 14 verses. Let me see. Yeah, the whole 14 verses. It doesn't take a lot of time. Let me share my screen. Just for a good luck, let's read together. Okay. The source of all my good, written by J. Tsongkhapa at the foot of a statue of Lord Atisha at Radrang Monastery in 1402. The source of all my good is my kind Lama, my Lord. Bless me first to see that taking myself to him or her in the proper way is the very root of the path, and grant me then to serve and follow him with all my strength and reference. Oh yeah, let's take turn, okay? Chloe, I see you on my screen. You want to read the second verse? Can you talk?
Bless me first to realize that the excellent life of leisure I've found just this once is ever so hard to find and ever so valuable. Grant me then to wish and never stop to wish that I could take its essence night and day.
Vimala, you want to continue 3 and 4? Oh, I can't hear you. Oh, Chloe, you are muted.
My body and the life in it are fleeting as the bubbles in the sea froth of a wave. Bless me first thus to recall the death that will destroy me soon, and help me find sure knowledge that after I have died, the things I've done, the white or black, and what these deeds will bring to me, follow always close behind, as certain as my shadow. Grant me then ever to be careful to stop the slightest wrongs of many wrongs we do, and try to carry out instead each and every good of the many that we may.
Thank you. So I'm going to call according to who appears on my screen, okay? Inghui.
Bless me to perceive all that's wrong with the seeming good things of this life. I can never get enough of them. They cannot be trusted. They are the door to every pain I have. Grant me then to strive instead for the happiness of freedom.
Pei-Ling.
Grant that these pure thoughts may lead me to be watchful and to recall what I should be doing. Grant me to give the greatest care to make the world of morality the essence of my practice. They are the root of the Buddha's teaching.
And then next is Min Nguyet. You want to read? Min Nguyet, I think. You want to read? You are muted, right? No? Okay, never mind. We move to the next one. The two translators are translating, so I will skip them. Okay, Angela.
I have slipped and fallen into the sea of this suffering life. Bless me to see that every living being, everyone my own mother, has fallen into. Grant me that to practice this highest wish for enlightenment, to take on myself the task of freeing them all.
Thank you. Hong Ngok, you want to read? Hong Ngok. Okay. Never mind. Okay, Grace Westin. You are muted.
Bless me to see clearly that the wish itself is not enough, for as I'm not well trained in the three moralities, I cannot become a Buddha. Grant me then a fierce resolve to master the vows for children of the victors.
Okay. Xin Thian. Okay, Kwa Pui, you want to read? Yeah.
Grant that
I may quickly. Kwa Pui. Kwa Pui, you're muted. Yeah. Please read. Grant that.
Grant that I may quickly gain the path where quietude and insight join together, ones which like my friend from being practice to check the other which writes perfect meaning in the correct way.
Thank you. Tommy? Tommy, you want to take part? Okay, never mind. Ivan?
Grant that once I have practiced well, the path here then become a vessel that is worthy. I enter with perfect ease the way of the diamond, highest of all ways, holiest door to come inside for the fortunate and the good.
Thank you. Francisca?
Place me to know with genuine certainty that when I've entered those, the cause that gives me both the attainments is keeping my pledge and vows most pure. Grant me then to always keep them, even if it costs my life.
Thank you. Rosiana? You want to read? Okay, never mind. Vietnamese Anla, you want to read? Okay, never mind. How about Ekti, you want to read?
Sure. Give me 1 second. Bless me next to realize precisely the crucial points of both the stages, the essence of the secret ways. Grant me then to practice as the Holy One has spoken, putting all my effort in and never leaving off the practice of the 4 times, highest that there is.
Thank you. Su Wong, are you available? Okay. Su Wong? Never mind. Keely?
Number 13?
Oh,
Okay.
yes. Su, please, please.
I'm back. Okay. Number 13. Bless me, grant me that the spiritual guide who shows me this good road and all my true companions in this quest live long and fruitful lives. Bless and grant me that the reign of obstacles, things within me or outside me that could stop me now, stop and end forever.
And finally, Keely,
Yeah.
last one.
In all my life, may I never live apart from my perfect lamas. May I bask in the glory of the Dharma. May I fulfill perfectly every good quality of every level and path, and reach then quickly the place where I become myself, the keeper of the diamond.
Thank you very much. By the way, Keely is the person who brought me and my wife into the system. So it's very auspicious that she read the last verse. Thank you, Keely. Okay, so that's all for our sessions today. Let's do our closing prayer. I'm going to share the screen again. Okay, Keely, you want to close?
Okay. Sashi Buki Jukshi Mento Tram Riran Dingshe Nipe Uwagi Sange Shindu Nipe Uwagi Drolam Droku Namda Shinla Drupasho Inam Guru Rata Mandalaka Matayami Gewadi Gewukun Sunam Yeshe Sok Shin Sunam Yeshe Lenchowe Dampa Kuni Topasho.
Thank you. Let's take a picture. Come. Turn on your camera and we should take a picture together. Yeah. Oops, somebody is missing. Su Wong, are you convenient? And then, well, Sue, Tommy, Rossi, you want to? Okay. Okay, so all right, let's Sue, how come we don't see you? I know you turn on your camera. Where are you?
Teacher, I also don't know where am I.
Oh,
The screen don't want to see me.
oh. Okay, never
It's
mind.
okay.
Okay, let's take a picture.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, yay.
Okay.
Thank you. Wow,
Thank
today's
you.
so special. Today's so special. Thank you very much for learning together. I'm very happy. And see you all on Saturday. Okay, tomorrow we don't have any class because tomorrow we have DCI event. All right, thank you. Have a good evening. Rest early. And bye.
Thank you, teacher.
teacher.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
teacher. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
teacher. Sugan, bye-bye.
Chloe, don't drive first, okay? The snow still looks quite thick.
Oh,
No.
you want to see the snow?
Oh yeah, show us. Wow, yeah, this morning I peeped out. Wow, the snow was,
Wow.
but at least it is not snowing anymore, right? Yeah,
Oh, so cute, the children.
yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Mhm.